Hold on, 1 minute.
It started.
Oh, hi guys. We're totally not ready for this.
Did it start?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Hello everyone and welcome to my Justice show. Today we'll be talking about the newest set in Card Fight Vanguard. Extra Booster, G-EB01 Cosmic Alarm. Today I'm joined by my loyal subjects.
Hello.
Subjects? Oh my god, you people.
Oh, come on. I actually liked it. It's totally Deep Police-like.
Alright, so today we have quite a good number of
douchebag,
people.
please.
We have Megas, TSS, of course.
Hello.
He didn't join us for the last one, but he's here right now. There's Callum.
Alright guys.
Hello, it is I.
There's C-Box.
Just for the record, I did not agree with that intro. They did it anyway, but yeah.
And there's Matt.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Alright, so first of all, we'll talk about the part of the Venture Police which got the least number of cards, which are Enigmans. So
I actually think
Yes?
think they got some of the best support they've ever gotten in their entire life.
Oh my god, dude.
entire life.
They
Entire life.
Entire life.
I mean, just look at it's 4 cards of amazingness. Like,
I agree that the cards are amazing for the Enigmans.
Technically, Zeal got the least. They only have 3, but yeah.
oh, okay.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter though. Let's just keep going. So yeah. Enigmans.
Yes. If you guys have anything
Biggest
to
fan of them when it first came out perfectly. I mean, I'm a big Ultraman fan. But card-wise, I wasn't the biggest thing. I mean, I love Rain. I love the Rain Miracle Beauty combo. I was all about that back in the old days. But after that, they really much died off in D-Police while D-Robos took the spotlight. But they're back.
Mm-hmm.
And they're back with a bang. So we just start at the top with Enigman Tornado.
Enigman Tornado. Wait, this thing really does make a bang.
I believe
I'm not even
it's-
going to lie.
It's one of your first card revealed from the set, is it?
It was one of them, yes. It was one of the card of the day.
Enigman Sunset was the first reveal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of them.
But anyway, Enigman Tornado. Oh my god. This thing shocked me that it was a rare. A little bit. And then I actually got to...
It's not that surprising. Like, I remember I saw a comment in this comments section. Like,
yeah.
all of the old, like, the rares and the comments for those hardcore D-Police players, and then they have the bigger stuff in the hollow section for those. Some of the newer people to come in to attract them more because, you know, it's shiny and new. And, yeah, things like that. So it's not surprising. It makes them easier, and they're not game-breaking, but they're still really good. So making them the rares and commons, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Alright, so Enigman Tornado. At the beginning of your attack step, if its power is 1900 or
19,000.
more, or
19,000.
19,000 or more,
More.
sorry. Until the end of the battle, it gains the effect counter bless 1, soul bless 1, and choose 2 cards from your hand, discard them. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a card named Enigman Storm from the Soul, write it in the standard position, and choose one of your Vanguards. It gets 10k power until the end of the turn. And the second effect of this card is you can choose any card with Enigman in its name from your hand and put it into the Soul, and then it will gain 4,000 power until the end of the turn. This really shocks me that it's
Yeah. When I first read this effect, I completely skipped over the part where it said Enigman Storm. I thought it said Tornado. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Then I read in the comments, I keep saying Storm, Storm, Storm. What are they talking about? So I looked back. I was like, oh, they're bringing Storm back. Oh, yes. See, this is what I love about this game. They're always going backwards and bringing the old stuff back and making it fresh again.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I really like that part.
Which is
about
great
the game
because
as well.
this is great because this, just like Season 1 support, Tornado, no limit break, no gen break, no nothing. This could be your grade 3 ride as long as you can get Storm in the Soul, which with its second effect, you can do that as long as you can power it one more time. While they're still a grade 2 and you're a grade 3, you could be pummeling away at them. It's great.
Well, the only
course,
problem I have with Tornado is that it's like really guardable.
Yeah, that is true.
Of course.
Although
it has to have some weakness. It has to hit.
it does depend on which clan you're going against. If you're going against clans that
and
doesn't...
how the game is progressing.
That is true.
It's like early rush. You gotta early rush them or something.
Early
You don't have
rush
to rush
is
them.
really good.
I will definitely say this card is better than what his rarity is. I definitely feel it should have been a double rare. Then again, if it was, I would have kind of liked it to have said it didn't have to hit, because that would have been amazing.
Yeah. If it didn't have to hit...
If it didn't have to hit, this card would be a triple rare.
Oh,
If this card didn't have to hit, it'd be a triple. Because then you could attack with it, call Storm out, 21 double crit unboosted. That'd be triple rarity. Triple rare.
I wouldn't mind that. I was shocked when this was a rare, so I was expecting it.
And like I said before, they pushed it down for the old time players and put the new bright stuff at the top.
I definitely feel this is one of the best grade 3s in the set, and it's arguably one of the better cards of the set. You know, the set's amazing.
I think all the grade 3s in the set are amazing.
Yeah, they are. I think this one is special.
I mean, all of the rare grade 3s are probably the best grade 3s in this set, and there's only 3 of them because they're all amazing. But yes, Tornado, it's just, yeah. But it can't do everything on its own, and the other 3 cards that Enigman got in this set support them as well. Like the grade 2, Enigman Night Sky.
Oh.
Which, this card, this was one of the cards I was really hoping Enigman would get. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Exactly what they needed. When it attacks...
When it attacks?
No, it's not active.
It's
not active.
Once
per turn, you can...
A special
Once per turn, a special counterblast.
Enigman.
One Enigman.
To give your Enigman
choose one of your Vanguards with Enigman plus 4,000 into the end of the turn.
Yes.
Really simple effect, yet really good. I like that effect as well.
The only thing I don't like about it is the special counterblast.
I agree with Matt on this.
The thing is, if they gave it a special counterblast, they could have
once
given...
per turn is one thing, but if you click anything...
No, they could have given Enigmans more cards in the set.
And that's not... There's the other thing. Bushy can't just make a card to completely nullify older cards, because if this was just any counterblast, it'd make Cosmo B completely worthless.
I know that.
So given a special counterblast,
Cosmo B wouldn't be worthless.
They have to balance the game out somehow.
But still,
Cosmo B wouldn't have been worthless because this has to boost Enigmans.
The problem I have with
yes,
Cosmo...
but it's one counterblast, and this is a 9K, while Cosmo Beak's an 8K.
That's true.
This is the separation.
But here's the thing. The game is evolving, so more powerful cards probably need to come out. I mean, there's a lot of cards that
doesn't mean they can't outrun everything else.
Yeah, I agree with C-Box that they should not be releasing cards that basically have... Well, I mean, Enigman Sunset has its restrictions. Yeah, so it doesn't really... in a way outclass the older cards, but in a way it does, I guess.
Yeah, because this one, like we just said, this is one of the things we love about this game. They're always refreshing the old stuff, not completely outclassing it with the new stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff like other cards.
But I still think they could have given... I still think they could have given Enigmans a little more cards than just 4.
They could have.
Yeah, like a set of triggers would have helped too. All they got was a critical.
They received one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely not enough Enigmans in this set, which was one of the flaws in the support.
Okay, guys, let's think about this. You're gonna be running the Storm Ride Chain.
Yes.
In this deck, so there's 4. You have Cloud.
Most likely.
So you have the grade 1. You have Cloud. That's 8. For the grade 2, you have
Wave and
Night Sky. Grade 3, you have
every
Tornado
other Enigman in the game. Because you'll
At
have...
least 8. And then you have Sunset. That's 4 triggers. So 4, 8, 8,
It's
8.
like 24.
That's half your deck.
28.
That's half your deck, and I think that's more than enough to justify Night Skies.
Yeah.
Enigman.
It's half your deck. It's easy. It's plenty. And this is going to be the only card that uses S special.
Well, that's true. It's just that every time I damage check, you know.
Really. I can't blame you.
That's just your luck. That's just your luck.
I can't blame you. I see that all the
That's
time.
just lady luck.
Yeah. Well,
Alright, so I'm
let's
going to
move on
to the grade 1.
Speaking of Cloud, who people don't know who that is, this is Enigman.
Cloud is amazing.
Oh, God. Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Search for up to 1 grade 2 or less with Enigman in its card name and reveal it to your opponent. Put it in your hand. Shuffle your deck. Then you must put a card in your hand. If you put a card in your hand from this effect, you choose a card from your hand and throw it into the soul.
Okay, I'd just like to interrupt. That's actually manual. That it doesn't say you have to. It says if you do so, send 1 card from your hand into so. If you didn't add an Enigman...
You don't have to put a card from your hand to the soul.
Yeah, but if you do, you have to put a card.
However, after some proxies... After some proxies in card fight area where I had card fights with Matt, it's actually quite consistent in bringing out cards like Night Sky, especially Night Sky.
And it immediately helps.
Yeah.
Also, it immediately helps Tornado by putting Storm into the soul really quickly.
Or Sunset. And just to say about now, of all the new Enigmans, Cloud has my favorite art because he looks the most like a real Ultraman. Like Tornado's a little flashy for my taste, and Ultraman don't use guns like Night Skies. But this one, I love it. It looks great.
Well, except Jack, but we're not going to that.
Yeah.
Ultraman Jack, you know.
Yes, I know.
Oh my god.
I think I have always been 50-50 on Cloud. I like him, but I don't care for the idea of you have to move a card from your hand into the soul. It's basically a 0.
Well, they have to balance it in some way. And
I would have liked the +1, me, personally, because I know we're going to get into this later, but there was a grade 1 that a certain alien got that I feel was more consistent than this. But that's just me.
Well, a +1 for a Soul Blast doesn't make much sense, so...
Yeah, it would have costed more.
Yeah, it would have costed more.
I disagree on that, but whatever.
It does help what the deck is supposed to do, though. Putting a card from your hand into the soul, it helps the deck.
I don't know, I'm iffy on Cloud. He's good, there's nothing wrong with him. I'm just a bit iffy anyway, it's time for the sunset.
The thing I like about him is a 7k too.
Yeah, it's 7k as well.
That's good as well.
That's perfect for the deck that it needs to be. And now I will let the sunset. God damn it, guys.
What does sunset do?
Active ability that requires it to be in the soul. You put this card back to the top of your deck. You choose a Vanguard with Enigman in its name, and until the end of your turn, the turn, it gets 4k, and the effect of when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, choose a card from your damage zone and turn it face up. And after you do the +4k effect, the deck shuffled.
That's pretty good.
He's a good critical.
It's a really good critical.
I guess
adding more Synergy with Cloud.
It could be a starter even.
I wouldn't.
Serious.
You could do that. Yeah, I agree. You could do that.
There's nothing stopping you.
Exactly.
That's a good plan.
I may even consider doing that, shocking people.
But then you miss your pluses you would get from the ride chain.
That is true, and you also miss out on a potential crit check. Like push your opponent really quickly to high damage.
You can put it back on your first
you can
turn.
put it back
I know you can put it back on the first turn, but I would use it on an Enigman wave, which is a guarantee.
I mean, Enigman wave
has to be 14.
Yeah, it had to be 10
Oh, it
characters.
has to hit, but you'll hit 14.
Missed the right chain. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, if you
Has
missed
to
the
be
right
14
chain.
But you could use Cloud to search it.
that's true.
You can use Cloud. You can also
That's-
put this into the Soul
Using Cloud.
using Cloud.
So in all forms of fashion, Enigman's 4 cards just turned their playstyle upside down and made it
So much
That
better.
is true.
They definitely got one of the better
better, it's
spots. in fact.
I love this.
great.
My biggest complaint with the Enigman support was there weren't enough of it.
Oh, they had to pack a lot of stuff in this set.
But
It
the
shocks,
set is full.
it shocks
They had
me.
a lot of it.
It shocks me they did so well with it.
They did well for what
Yes,
they
they
had.
packed all of Deep Police's archetypes in this one set. So just getting 4 cards, we've got 4 quality cards.
I'm more than happy
None.
with the Enigman support.
Yes, the Enigman support was very good, and Enigman should see a lot of play now in casual games. I don't know about competitively because there's a lot of good stuff out. at the moment.
I wouldn't say
was good.
competitively. It's
Well,
casual.
it can be a fast deck.
Yes,
It doesn't have to
it can
wait
be a
for
fast
limit
deck.
break.
It can be.
It doesn't
The
have to
only
wait
flaw,
for
I guess
doesn't
the
have to
only
wait
flaw
for-
about a lot of the cards in the set is that they need to hit. But
That's all.
yeah. Oh well.
But yes, good job,
I
Russia.
wouldn't take something where the top boss card's main effect has to hit to a real big competitive tournament. It's just not practical in
Mhm.
most forms and fashion.
Anyway, shall we move on and go into space where we meet our little alien?
Space.
Little.
Zeal.
Space. He is
Or
not.
should I say big?
He is not little.
Galactic is more the proper term. All right, I'll take this.
Is
Zeal. Oh my god. I've been in love with Zeal since I first saw him in set 8. Back then, he was the last Triple R to be revealed, I do believe. Yes, because everyone was wondering what that set deeply Triple R would be. And then we saw Zeal and he combined for
I didn't really pay
blew us. It
attention.
was like, oh my god.
I didn't really pay
I
attention
love
much
this,
to
like-
set 8, so.
Before, about power up the Vanguard, and then we get the exact opposite with our Kaiju Zeal. Oh, it's just like, I loved it.
And it powered down the enemy's Vanguard, which was...
Then Season 3
Was
came out
it
and
was
got
it the
Zero.
first? Was it the first card to power down your opponent?
Yes.
I believe it was, yes.
Yes, I do believe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and it was really powerful as well back then.
And then it was really good.
It wasn't the first to power down the opponent on your opponent's turn because we had Mandala Lord, but it was the first one
Oh,
that could power the minus.
To
and
use it
the attack.
offensively. Let's
Yeah.
correct
Yeah,
ourselves.
I see.
offensively.
First
I
use
see.
minus offensively.
I see.
Yes.
Yes.
So back then, the ride chain, you could, if you pulled that off and you went first, oh, the pressure you could put on your opponent, so real.
Oh,
And then Season 3 came out and we got our Break Ride Zero.
oh.
Ooh, the minusing was so much fun. And
So-
they got more support with Bug Lead, adding more pressure. It was just great. And now Zeo's getting
A Legion.
Legion.
his due.
New era.
Legion.
A Legion. Technically the Legion revival for this set, if you want to think about it like that.
Yeah, I definitely think about it like that as well.
Yes, it's the Legion Revival of Sex. It's much like
New
that.
Era Beast Zeal.
Legions with the
Legion's
original.
Zeal, as we just stated, and Legion's skill, Counterblast 1. When the card is to your damage zone, if this unit is in Legion, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one's units, and it gets power minus 1,000 for each of your units to the end of the turn. So the skill is more or less basically the same as Freeze Ray Dragon that came out, was it set 15? Or something like that, with Link Joker,
Oh.
where whenever you took a damage, Counterblast 1 to lock one of your opponent's rear guard.
I see.
So
But instead, this
Zeo's
one
been used.
decreases your
Powered.
opponent's power.
Yes. And it can hit any unit, and it powers them down minus 1,000 for each of your units. So while you're Legion, you have 2 Vanguards,
Was
so
it-
that counts as well.
does
So
it
in
count-
total,
Does it count itself?
it
Because-
says units.
Is it other units or any unit?
No, it's just units.
Okay,
It
so
says
just says-
units.
it counts itself, it counts the mates, and it counts your rear guards as well.
So in
That's-
total, you can minus 7 something.
Wow,
Let's see. You choose one of your... Let's see.
that's quite a bit.
Yes. That's
I did not know that. I thought it was
So
really
yeah,
cool.
so Mostly Zeal has really been offensively, and then we get this defensive legion. Now, when this card was first revealed, I was reading in the comments, a lot of people didn't like it because they thought Zeal was too offensive of a deck to get such a defensive unit. I completely disagree with that because if you didn't get your offensive rush off, Zeal had a very hard trouble handling other decks defensively. So getting this is exactly what I think they needed. This is the defense that Zeal needed. And even though it's a counterblast and Zeal is counterblast heavy deck, second skill, when this unit attack hits the Vanguard while it's in the Vanguard circle, if your opponent's power is 8,000 or less, soul charge 1 and unflip a damage.
I was a little disappointed by that at first,
yeah,
but I think it's decent.
I was too, because it soul charges and Zeal didn't get anything to soul blast.
Not that I know of.
I think it did not
it's by a
need...
one-off chance you get another Zeal on the soul.
Probably.
The only thing I don't like about, like, cause I was using this deck, right? Like proxying against my friend, and he was using Gear Chronicle, and I had a rough time. That's the only thing that I had trouble with.
Of course, Zeal struggles against rear guard removing decks. That's always going to happen. You just have to compensate for that.
Alright, so you did say about the on-hit skill, the only thing I have to say about it is that it did not need the, if your opponent's Vanguard is at 8k or less, restriction or condition.
Well, I would agree with that, but that's like how
Zeal
it's
thing.
always been. Yeah, that's how
Zeal works.
Zeal.
If their power is 8,000 or less, you can activate their extra skills.
I just think it was unnecessary.
Also, guys,
it is a rare.
Also, guys, there's a ruling on the second skill. If you hit with your Vanguard, why this isn't even, like I said, there's a ruling that if your opponent hits a damage trigger, you will not get the effect off because they are now over 8k.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is
true.
Perfectly fine, because the effect won't resolve until the damage you're taking and any other skills have activated, so that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is another reason why I don't like it, having that condition.
Well, this is, remember, a defensive and offensive ability, since D-Police do have damage adders. That's one of the other things about this. Space in your Zeal deck. You have your ride chain.
I definitely like this new Zeal, but I wish there was more for it. I have the same problem as with the Enigman. I wish there were a little bit more to flush it out.
Honestly, they got exactly what they need, because you're going to want to run your damage adders in this, so it's not going to have that much space for anything. I mean, if they got it, all I want is they got a trigger. If they got a trigger to do something like everyone else did,
I mean,
I'd argue that I don't think anyone's going to on damage.
I mean, if you don't use damage adders...
TSS, everyone's going to run damage adders. Otherwise, it's going to be pure defensive.
I know,
ability. And it's too good
even
without... See, when you're in Legion, you have the limit break skill. You still have the potential to minus your opponent's Vanguard during your turn.
Yes, but instead of using that limit break skill, you can stride into Dark Superman Omega.
That's also true.
Which we'll get to later.
Well, we should talk about him while we're here in Zeal, because he's basically support.
I agree.
Talk about him later. We'll talk about Omega later at the last thing. So yeah, new Zeal, love it. It's great. Rest of the Zeal support. Zeal got a new grade 2, Plasmium, where basically while it's in the Vanguard in the rearguard circle, when his attack hits the Vanguard, you may counterblast 1, and their Vanguard's minus 3,000. So it's more pressure to go along with it. I don't know personally about this. Zeal, as I said earlier, is a counterblast heavy deck. It's great pressure, but we have bug lead for pressure already.
I will just say this about the new Zeal. I like Zeal. I like the new Zeal as well, and I can't wait to use him. As for the grade 2, I know a lot of people don't like this card, but I kind of like it. It's pressure.
Well, what I love about the grade 2 is
it's
not actually restricted to Zeal.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Kira.
Does Dimension Police have a Curse Lancer clone?
On for grade 2, no.
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 They don't have a Luckbird either, if you're gonna ask.
Why?
They,
Oh well.
I don't
yeah, the D-Police don't really use the soul that much unless for D-Robos.
use the counter ones. But like I said about this grade 2, I really like it because it's unrestricted. Like you can use it in anything. Even though it's only minus 3k though. But
He is also a
3K
good
makes a big
backup
difference.
ride.
He is.
If you miss the grade 2 Zeal, he is very good. He's a very good backup ride.
yeah, I
Works with bug lead, adds more pressure, it's just the spacing issues.
yeah, the space is gonna be a problem.
I don't think there is going to be space issues because you could just go 4 Zeal, 4 bug lead, 3 of this. Done.
Well, people are gonna have try other combinations as well, so I expect there's space issues.
Yeah, there will. I don't know about space issues, but people will have to decide on what kind of cards they want to play.
Well, we do have one more card for Zeal.
And arguably
Well,
one of the best grade 1.
The last thing I have to say about this card is if I had to choose between this and bug lead, it'd be bug lead all the way. Card advantage.
I'd run both. I would run both.
Good luck with that.
You have to run
Oh,
both,
I'll show you.
and then you have to run damage adders.
I know exactly.
Again, I don't know if I'm going to run those damage adders. I'll have to consider it. And if I do run it, it won't be that much. It'll be like 2 or 3.
I guess. Alright, what's the last one?
It's a grade
Darwin.
1. Yes,
Darwin.
Evolution Monster Darwin. Darwin is the most ridiculous grade 1 in this set, hands down. It is just, oh my god.
What does it do?
Although, choose one of your other rear guards to put into your soul. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 card with Zeal in its card name with the same grade as your Vanguard. Write it as stand and shuffle your deck. If you rode, choose a card from your soul with the same grade as your Vanguard. Call it to a rear guard circle. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and it gets minus 3,000 to the end of the turn.
Wow.
All of that in a grade 1.
This is my complaint with Cloud. Why did Cloud get just that and then we have this guy?
This thing is amazing.
This thing is brilliant.
I actually didn't know about this thing till today.
What? Where you been? This card was one of the first revealed alongside Cloud.
It's the one
This
of the
card is
first revealed
ridiculous.
from the
Or maybe I did and I just forgot.
Bushiro. From the month.
It is just, oh my god. See, I love cards like this, like,
This is
what was his name? Subliminal Gray
Mm-hmm.
came out last time Nova got their support. Active ability, Soul Blast 1, put it at the bottom of your deck, draw and shuffle. It doesn't seem like much, but you have to think about what you get out of it. You get to recycle a trigger without minusing your hand and shuffling your deck. It's just, you have to look at cards at different angles sometimes just to see how much you're getting out of it. That's a lot of work from a trigger. And then Darwin right here is just, oh my god, it's ridiculous. You get to fix your ride chain if you missed it without minusing yourself and decreasing your opponent's Vanguard's power. Or if you're using 0, you could auto break ride and do shenanigans like that. It's just...
Or you can just ride.
And it's a 7k. Oh my god.
It's an amazing card. It's
Or
one
you
of the best grade 1s I've ever seen.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, or you can just call
Hands
Zeal,
down.
but if you miss Zeal, the other Zeal.
I dare to say this was double rare worthy.
Nah, I think that would have been pushing. I think rare.
I agree with him.
Oh.
I think
I
you should-
definitely agree with him.
I'd push to rare, but no further than rare.
Not from the shenanigans you can get out of this card.
I know, it's
If you want
good.
to,
I'm
you
not
could
gonna
rewrite. You could do, if you already in Legion, you could use Darwin to ride another era and re-Legion, putting some more triggers back in your deck. If you want to go for a push, you can do anything and all kinds of combos with this. It's just ridiculous.
I know our good friend Drat absolutely despises this card. He told me he never wants to fight this ever again. He hated it. He said, I saw
I'm
something
laughing.
I'll never see. Lovely card. Best card Zeal got.
Best card, just because it's troll.
Yes,
Alright.
I agree that this card is very good because you can like do mixed variants if you feel like it
Oh.
too.
That's right. This thing is just, it gives you so many options. It's just, at a loss for words. I just love it. I love it when we get cards like this. Cards that don't seem like much. It's just, they put in so much work on their own. It's just ridiculous.
Anyways, that is what...
Moving
that is
on.
what it's for.
That's
Wait.
Zeal's
Moving on to
support.
the-
Wait, no. We forgot about
Wait.
We forgot Omega.
Oh yeah,
Technically,
Omega.
Oh,
Here
it's
we
even
find
that.
but Zeal minus his power, so he's basically Zeal support. It's Stride. This was also one of the first cards revealed, if I do remember.
Yes.
This along with the Limit Break Enabler.
Yes.
Yes. Dark Superman Omega. That name. Oh my god. Stride, of course, we already know. Auto, Counter Blast 2 and Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your rear guards and put it into the Soul. Choose all units in your opponent's front row, and to the end of the turn, decrease those units' power by the original power of the card put into the Soul with this effect.
Very good card.
Very good card for Zeal.
For in general, well, it works in everything. That's the only problem
I will say this. I think he's a little counterblast heavy because Zeal is counterblast heavy himself.
I don't think so. I think
I don't
it's
think so.
quite justified.
I think it's, I agree that it's quite
Especially
justified.
Because it gives all your opponent's front row the power decrease, so you can use your Laurel much more easier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
Definitely.
they'll probably have.
Though I will say about this card, it does suffer from the same thing that Zeal suffers from, is rear guard dependence. If you're fighting a rear guard retired clan, and they wipe most of your good stuff.
That's true.
Well, I think that's true.
But other than that, as a final turn push,
it is
Omega,
definitely
Zeal.
good for final turn. Just so any.
No, it's good for at any moment in my opinion, because especially for pressure cards in the Zeal support with on-hit abilities.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do that. So.
It's great. I completely agree. Like they said, with Laurel, you get your card advantage rolling, get your triple checks.
Yeah.
You know, now I feel like I should have started we should have started the video a little differently.
Yeah, good card.
If we count this, Zeal and Enigman's got the same number of card support. So yeah. Enigman, Zeal, I cannot wait to get my Zeal deck back up and running again. It's like, oh my god, it's going to be amazing. Minus for days.